I still remember the night it began, the night my brother changed, the night our family name became a curse whispered in fear. I had always known something was different about him, but I never expected the horror that unfolded before my eyes. We lived in a small, forgotten village in the depths of Romania, surrounded by thick, ancient forests that swallowed the light of day and cloaked us in eternal dusk. Superstitions ran deep here, and the elders spoke in hushed tones of the creatures that lurked beyond the trees, waiting for the foolish to wander too far. I never paid much attention, not until the full moon rose and my brother became something else. His name was Victor. He was always restless, always drawn to the woods as if something called to him from beyond the veil of shadow. As children, we would explore together, but as we grew older, I noticed a change in him. His gaze lingered too long on the darkened paths. His breathing grew heavy on certain nights, and his hands trembled as though resisting something unseen. Then came the night I woke to a sound unlike any I had heard before. A deep, guttural growl that did not belong to any animal I knew. My room was cold. The kind of cold that seeps into your bones and makes your breath visible in the moonlight. I stepped to my window, heart hammering, and saw him beneath the pale glow of the full moon. His body was convulsing, his limbs twisting in unnatural ways, his spine arched, bones snapping and rearranging as he let out a scream that turned into a snarl. I wanted to call out to him, but fear clamped my throat shut. Before my eyes, his skin darkened, sprouting thick, coarse fur. His jaw elongated, teeth sharpening into fangs that dripped with saliva. The thing that stood before me was no longer my brother. It was a beast, a nightmare born into reality. The creature that was once Victor lifted its head to the sky and let out a howl so haunting, so filled with rage and hunger, that the village dogs whimpered and fell silent. Then it turned toward the houses, toward the unsuspecting villagers sleeping in their beds, unaware of the terror about to be unleashed upon them. I don't remember making the decision to follow, but my feet carried me after him. The night was filled with screams before I even reached the village square. Shadows twisted against the flickering lanterns, and I saw the horror unfold. A beast among humans, tearing through them with a ferocity that left blood painting the cobblestones. I saw faces I knew twisted in terror, saw bodies crumple as the beast lunged and ripped, its claws raking through flesh like parchment. I should have run. I should have turned away, but my brother was still in there, buried beneath the monster's hunger. I had to stop him. I had to save him, or at least stop him from killing more. Grabbing a fallen pitchfork, I ran forward, calling his name. For a brief moment, his glowing yellow eyes locked onto mine, something human flickering within them. It was enough. The monster hesitated, its snarl faltering. But the villagers had already seen too much. They surged forward with torches and weapons, their fear turning into rage. I screamed for them to stop, but no one listened. The beast, my brother, let out a pained howl and leapt away, vanishing into the forest. The next morning I found him in the woods, naked and covered in blood. Some of it his, most of it not. His eyes were hollow, haunted. He didn't remember. He didn't know what he had done. The villagers wanted him dead. They spoke of curses, of old legends that spoke of men turning into beasts under the full moon. They called him a monster, and maybe they were right. But he was my brother. I couldn't let them kill him. So we ran. We ran deep into the wilderness, where no one could find us. But no matter how far we went, the full moon always followed, and with it, the horror of what he became. I spent years trying to find a cure, searching through ancient texts, speaking to those who still believed in old magics. Nothing worked. The wolf was a part of him now, inseparable. And so every month, when the full moon rises, I chain him down. I sit beside him, listening to his screams turn into howls, watching his human eyes vanish into something wild and predatory. I wait. I endure. Because no matter what he becomes, no matter what the world sees, he is still my brother. And I will never abandon him. But I know deep in my heart that one day those chains won't hold. And when that night comes, I won't be able to stop him. I only pray that I won't be his first victim.